Hello everybody, my name is Heather. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be sharing how to create a folder from some vintage book covers. And I received these gorgeous vintage book covers that I'm showing you here from one of my subscribers. Her name is Trish. Hello Trish. Thank you so much for sending me these beautiful, beautiful vintage book covers. And I wanted to use them in something special. So today I'm going to be creating an ephemera folder from this larger book cover here that I'm showing you. I'm just kind of showing you the two different ones because I was considering making a small version of one out of the one with the lady with the hat, but I decided not to. I think I'm going to save it for a journal cover. And those pages there are some Edith Holden book pages. I thought that I would use them in this project too, but I in the end, I did not use those either. So basically you'll see me just working here with this book cover here. So the idea is that you just use a front and back of a book to create the folder. And so Trish sent me like an assortment of different book covers that I think she said that she found. There's like a thrift store near her that sells a lot of old books, or maybe it's just the covers. And some of the ones she sent me had backs to them, but some did not. And this one that I'm working with did not. So I went ahead and created a back using some really heavy duty cardboard, kind of like a book board. And you'll see me here, I'm using like this little strip of fabric that I have. It's kind of like a linen fabric. And I'm going to create like sort of a hinge for like to hinge the front and back together. And I'm leaving a little bit of a space in between the two book covers so that it will allow, whenever it folds over, for like papers to go inside to give a little bit more room. So yeah, so you'll see it better whenever I flip it over. But yeah, so anyways, I created the back cover out of some of the book board, but like if you just have a book at home, like whether it's a vintage book or even just a newer book that you read and a hardcover and you don't use it anymore, just take the front and back cover and you can create this just the same, whether it's new or old. And like you don't necessarily have to use such a decorative color cover like I am. I just really, really loved that, and I wanted to kind of make a special folder. So I created one of these for Maria whenever we did a journal swap. And what I did with hers was I had this red vintage French book and it was pretty large. So I created a folder just like this for her. So I'll go ahead and link that video below in case you'd like to see more of that folder as well. So yeah, so here on the front, I'm going to be using some Fabri-Tac glue to go ahead and glue along each edge of the book and the book covers, and then I'm going to put another strip of fabric on the front. So you put a strip of fabric on the inside and then you put a strip of fabric on the front as well. So yeah, so I thought this project would be really, really cute to make an ephemera folder for somebody. You could send it in a Happy Mail. You could use it as a pen pal folder. You could like create a larger folder and keep some special papers in there that you're saving for, you know, maybe you want to gather things for a journal that you're making or something like that. And you'll see later in the video, I add a clip, like a clipboard kind of thing to the right side of the folder. And then on the left side, I'm going to add a pocket. And so I thought the clipboard would be really nice to like tuck a little note on there, and you could write lists, or also it could be a sketchbook. So like for Maria, I created hers to kind of be a sketchbook because I knew that she sketched. So yeah, so you can just do a million different things, but basically this is just a simple project. And I love the concept to use some of the old books that I have. I have a ton of old books. Like, so even little ones I was thinking would be really cute, like little mini ephemera folders too. You know, you could tuck them inside of even if you create a journal, you could make one separately and then tuck a little bit of ephemera in there. And I don't know, it just adds a little bit of a nice touch to some of your projects. So here I'm adding this pink fabric. I decided that I wanted to use a little bit of color on the outside cover. So I had that fabric for so long. It's like some vintage flocked fabric. And I love that peachy pink color. I think it looks really good with the cover here. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to the outside. Lola, my dog, she's like trying to jump up here to be next to me and she's making a racket. But anyways, so yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I have this peachy pink fabric here that you see me using, and I'm just going to tack that onto that outside cover. So as I go here, you'll see me, I'm just going to add papers to like the back cover. I'm going to add papers to the front insides, and I'll probably go ahead and interrupt here in a few minutes, but I'll just go ahead and set it to music now and you guys can watch my process. This is like a super, super simple project, and so I hope that you guys will enjoy it and maybe you'll get some books out and make some for yourself. I wanted to say in this part, I left that little edge of, I did not glue that fabric all the way on the edges. I left that little edge up so that I could tuck the papers inside of that edge. And here you see me, I am using a few of my printables from my Etsy shop. I will link whatever printables I used in case you like the papers and you'd like to see them or whatever. But yeah, this is just like a piece of French ledger that I had, and I think it looks so pretty with the pink. So that's going to go on the back, and then you'll see I'm going to add some vintage wallpaper and then also some papers to the inside that are printables as well. On this right side, I am using a vintage wallpaper printable from my Etsy shop, but I also am, so on that particular one, I printed the vintage wallpaper and then I printed some of my vintage ledger paper over top of the wallpaper. So that's why it looks like it's kind of like has script on the wallpaper, and I think that looks so pretty. So yeah, so you can use like regular vintage ledger paper and just print right on that, or you can use your printables and kind of like run it through your printer once and then run it through a second time, and then you'll have that effect, which I love. And then on the left side there is also another printable. So again, I'll just make sure I link all of that just in case you guys like those papers. So basically here I'm creating this pocket, and I'm just layering some fabric, some more of that fabric, like the leftover piece of that, and I'm gonna use it with that kind of like blank music sheet printable to create the pocket there. And in a second, I'm going to, once I get it all lined up, I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and just sew like a little bit around the edges to kind of like give that pocket look. And also I ironed that fabric a little bit because it was just like a little bit too wrinkly for me. So, yeah, so I'm just going to glue along the edges there and then add that as a pocket on the left side. So basically I was just showing you the folder, kind of like completed with the papers covering everything. And I'm just going to go ahead and add a little bit of dotted Swiss to that bottom part there that wasn't covered by the pink fabric. And then once I have that done, I am going to add a little bit of ephemera to the inside. You could just tuck whatever you like on the inside, but I just tucked a few things in there to kind of show you an example of what you can do with it. And then you'll see that I am going to add like a clip to the right side to kind of create a little bit of a clipboard. And I think it turned out really cute. I also add a little charm up at the top of the clipboard too. So you can just use your imagination and do whatever makes you happy or whatever you like. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to go ahead and quit talking now, but the video will play for a few more minutes, and then I will see you again next time. I hope you guys decide to make one of these because the books make it really just like a fun little project, and we can use up some of our books that we have laying around. See you next time.